I want to shift over to Gazdag because wow, what a turn on events here with Gazdag here. And I did think of you while watching the match because Gazdag was all over the attack. Like him and Quinn kind of were like interchanging, but like I told you, like when especially Gazdag when he's playing with that freedom, I mean he's super dangerous. And looking at his stats here from the game, obviously he had the goal, but an XG of 0.45, 3 shots, all of them were on target, and 75% on passing. I mean he was absolutely on here. And you know we talked about Hungarian manager Marco Rossi with his comments about Gazdag and pretty much saying like Gazdag needs to show more. And we all kind of felt the same way with his play here in the MLS. And these past 2 matches, I mean, he's got goals in back-to-back matches, and something has arisen in him. I think that he's heard all this outside noise, and he's like, you know what, Michael Jordan it. I took that personally. And he's out there. He's playing much more enthused. And he's playing with like a point to prove, I feel like. And obviously on that goal, you know, Sean Davis, I mean, poor man. he just misreads that ball. He just jumps right before, a little too early. And Gazdag at the right place at the right time. But Renee, I couldn't think of anyone more deserving of that game winner than our 10, Daniel Gazdag.
I know. But you know what? The thing is, he set himself up for that long before that play.
Yep.
So in soccer, a lot of times people will say like, oh, that's an easy goal. Like something like Daniel Gazdag's, you can't miss that. You're wide open on the back post. It just essentially has to hit off you and go on the goal. But what even puts you in the position to score is exactly as you mentioned. Like goal scoring comes from you putting in the work, making the runs, having the good chances. And it's usually the one chance that like is a gimme that you end up scoring because you've already done all the extra stuff. So seeing Danny have that goal, now with that, he's got 55 goals across all competitions, 1 goal shy of passing and tying, I should say, Sebastian Latou's all-time record of 56. That in itself is phenomenal to see, well-deserved by Danny. He feels like he's getting back to 2022, Danny, to be exact. And that's got me excited, and I hope it continues. But I think it's just him playing. He doesn't seem, it might have been the comments, it might have been the backlash, it might have been everybody saying he's just a PK scorer only, that we're getting Danny at a spot now of he's just playing. You have to be that way. You have to just keep making runs, find the ball, get involved. Don't just stand and when you try to play soccer cute and have cute little flicks and little cute passes, you're not helping anybody because that's not how the game is played. Like it needs to be ugly, gritty, getting into tackles, getting into defenders, taking people on 1v1. That's why I like Quinn. He makes mistakes sometimes. He's getting end line or trying to force a cross, but he's trying. And those efforts, that missed cross that deflects off of somebody leads to that corner kick that Jack McGlynn knocks in for Danny Gazdag to score. Like it's the effort that helps. Bigger picture. And I think Danny is finally getting back to. I know Jose also in the chat. I'm going to use the same since Jalen's on the screen. Jose is mentioning Jack McGlynn. That's another one. You know, when you look at his stats, I know, Jose, you dropped in the fact that he had a really good sneaky game as well with 50% of duels won. Also 2 aerial ones, 36 out of 40 passes. It's a good point because you need the Jack McGlynn's, El Brujo, Ali Bedoya off the bench. Those are the guys you need to have those quiet, consistent, good games. Where they're doing all the little things. This is the makeup of a championship caliber team. And I know I saw on Twitter, people already claiming the Philadelphia Union now might be in line, I'm looking at you, Jeff, to win it all. But in all seriousness, these are the types of things that do make up a championship caliber team. When you have your top players consistently playing well, but those middle of the pack guys able to, Nate, Jack, Bizo, obviously your back's getting steady. You have depth in the goal where if Andre's down, Oliver Zemla can step in and play well. These are the ways that you help build long-term the depth and the pieces needed to be able to win it all. And I'm not gonna get irrational and say that now they're gonna win the MLS Cup, but I do feel a lot more optimistic about this team, JP, after seeing they've had in every game different adversity and they've still managed to squeeze out at least a point. And now wins, more importantly.
Book it with the futures, that BetParks app. There you go, Philadelphia Union.
Who knows?
No, but listen, we're only going to go as far as attack take us. It's just that simple.
It is.
Because this team is really solid at every single position, including our attack. But we all know that the attack can disappear at times. But this team is going to go as far as this attack is going to take us. And, Yeah, no, Jose is 100% right. Like Jack has been like obviously we've been talking a lot about Quinn because
Mm-hmm.
Quinn by far has been the most consistent and he's obviously had the stats right now, but Jack has also been really consistent as well. And it's not even
Mm-hmm.
just the attacking part of it. Like I see this kid
Yes.
actually
Yes.
making
It's a good
defensive
point.
plays now and this is listen, this is a kid who that was one of his knocks. Like we don't
Mm-hmm.
know what he is defensively, can he be physical enough for it? And I think that is what it was holding him back. I feel like now that
Mm-hmm.
Jack has shown this new form of his, that's going to be able to entice some of these teams all across seas. But no, I mean, this attack in general has been really awesome to see. But with Daniel Gazdag, like even like seeing him when we're defending in our own zone and seeing him lay his
Mm-hmm.
body out on the line, and we talk about it too, like with that counterattacking, something that's so dangerous with the Union past couple of years is getting that counterattack going from that low block and then
Mm-hmm.
using that speed to race across the other end. And so Gazdag, let's hope that keeps going. Let's hope that keeps
And
moving.
he did not disappear.
He did not
You
disappear.
noticed him throughout the game, even before he scored. Like the biggest thing is we're not asking him, and it's great. That's 2 back-to-back goals off of corners. You know, great. You're about to tie Sebastian Le2 for the all-time Union record. Love that. But we're not even asking him to score. Same thing with Ua. We're not even asking to score every game. We're asking to just make an impact.
Yeah.
And he did that.
Yeah. It's that simple. And like, look, when this team is playing as a cohesive unit, we know that's when they're at their best. This is not, listen, we're, no disrespect to like the LAFCs of the world, the Miamis of the world, but this team, if they play as an 11, they're going to win most of their games. We don't have an Ibrahimovic. We don't have a Messi that's going to take over.
Right.
So this is going to be the way. And this is the main thing. We've seen a lot of just good team play.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. I think it's needed to be able to finally get them over the hump, finally be able to see the hard work paying off, seeing them being able to play consistent has been key too. And I know Jim talked about that. They've all kind of been harping on that. Like that consistency of now the identity is forming. We know what they can bring. We know how they're competing. Defensively, they're figuring things out. They're just slowly figuring things out. And I don't mind. I said this earlier on the Phillies show. I don't mind early season hiccups if you're learning through them and you're making progress and not continuing to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But this group does seem like they're progressing. That, probably by the summer, definitely late May, early June, we'll have a better sense of consistently who this team really is and what they're all about.